Oh, wow. So, my name is Sunshine. I'm your host, the only host here at daysofmylives.com. And for years, I've been trying to put this channel together and I've been failing. But suddenly, owing to a confluence of events, I've had some, shall we say, epiphanies in how to get this going. And so, I have a lot of content to show. I'm a I'm a vocalist in a couple of hard rock bands. One of them's called Unita, Stoner Desert Cali Legends. Another is called Patriarchs in Black, featuring Dan Lorenzo on guitar of Hades and Johnny Kelly, famous for his work with Typo Negative, Danzig, and currently playing in Quiet Riot. I'm also involved in a triple secret project, not really, but it's a band that's in the throes of creation called The Lost Beacon, and I'm doing that with Trevor Ports, another California resident. I'm also a visual artist, and a lot of the stuff that's going to be up here is a mixture of my art and my music and telling how I got to where I am now and providing just my view on life and my particular everything. It's my channel. I make the rules. So, a lot of the videos are going to be brief, and I'm going to film myself like this in black and white most often, unless it's done like on a mobile phone or something like that. There's a lot of stuff to be coming, and it's my own fault that I haven't put it out earlier. And yeah, I had the channel for a long time, but I didn't. Back in the day in 2006, you didn't have to worry about, you know, it being like TV. Hell, YouTube is all I watch now lately. Other, I mean, maybe I'll watch Pluto. I, I tell you, I don't watch very much else, and I need it to in order to express myself. And it really, to be real, it's the only thing out there you can monetize effectively. It seems with some persistence. So there you have it. Just imagine. I've talked now for like 3 minutes and 20 seconds. God knows what person with the hair trigger attention span has already clicked away. But that's cool. I can't. That used to really hang me up. You know. But imagine that. Like, can you imagine? I mean, well, you know what? I'm old. I ain't young. And, I'm kind of starting to feel it, I mean, because there's some people that, there's some, what, they might even be 20 some odd years old, and they don't really have a memory of TV like I have a memory of TV. So what I'm saying right now is just imagine you had an old school TV. This is for younger people. When you had a television, you had to go up there and click the channels, and then you know. So, and then some people didn't have a remote control, or you would lose it, whatever. But I wanted this to be my intro, but I'll just make it as content. I'm going to leave that intro I have up there now. I have very, very little viewership right now. And I had a day off from work today. I work at Amazon, but I call it the workhouse. Uh, as a musician, over the course of my life, I've well, I was as a younger man, I was influenced by a lot of other stuff. Not to say my own craziness. but my path as a musician kind of dictated what employment I would seek out or even be offered. So anyway, but since my last band imploded, Riot God, I had to go and get a job because I don't take cover gigs. I mean, I'll sing a few cover songs, but I'm not a cover musician. That would be like me as an artist being one of those people that paint really great interpretations of other people's paintings. I couldn't even imagine doing it. So maybe this is like intro plus. That's all I'll call it. I just wanted to get something down today, and I want to try to subscribe to that method of like when people say, you know what, you should write something every day. Well, maybe to fight whatever deep internal fear or fears that I have, that's what I have to do. So I'm not going to make a soundtrack to this one. I usually do a whole deal. Like I'll make a whole soundtrack, and I have a lot of things I want to do. And I have to find time to do them, and I'm coming up with systems. The woman I was living with and became a caretaker for, she passed away last year after a nearly 9-year battle with stage 4 cancer. It was my entire life. You adapted, and it was just this. It just became your entire life. And then suddenly, with her death, it all dropped away. And at the very same time, there was a resurgence of musical activity. In 2022, I joined UNITA. In 2022, Patriarchs in Black started up. And around the same time, slowly but surely, what is now named the Lost Beacon would be proposed to me to collaborate for or with. I see a lot of people of my generation now. It happens. It's age. But, you know, I think there's a part of Mount Everest that they call like the death zone, you know, and, you know, you hear about people, whether it's tragically in an accident like Kobe Bryant, or just a musician has a bad, you know, Prince, celebrities, non-celebrities, you know, and it could be people that you grew up listening to, like Bowie. And I didn't think a lot about, I certainly didn't think a lot about mortality when I was in my day. My I don't know what feels worse now, the silent creeping, you know, day after day, and you know, you got to pay attention to different stuff. Or when I was a madman in my 20s and 30s and like hooked up with all kinds of dangerous stuff, activities, habits, choices. Yeah. That's for another video. I'm not going to get into it now. Just blurt it out there before I have any other any contextual aids to make me paint a full picture, if that's even necessary. Who knows? Right now, in closing, it'll be a 10-minute video. I'll call it. I should call it the 10-minute non-introduction, because for years, I did introductions. I would just. It's like a special kind of madness. I would just get, it was like I would get involved, and this endless habit of just making these introductions over and over and over again. I'm going to find a way to use them. That's one of my strengths is even if it's something that you figure it out, if, how you can use it. It's something that you took time on. And, it's like cutting away the rotten part on fruit. So, I don't even know what playlist I'll put this in. I don't even think I really have to matter right now, But I wanted to get and this is a moment. I like capturing moments. Framing moments, hidden moments, spectacular moments. Oh wow, I'm already up to 11 minutes. Anyway, I was imagining back in the day when people had old school TV, for anyone that remembers that. Can you imagine? Oh no, let me tell you something. Hold on. 1 minute. Watch, did I save the best for last? Maybe. I remember like hanging out like in some mixed situation. Let's just say it was with definitely I can imagine my mom saying this. My adopted mom. I found out later in life that my birth mom. I haven't even met her yet. I haven't met her yet. But I would be sitting there and I would have the remote control, so and you'd be trying to find something, and if someone else is there, they're like, "Will you pick a channel? We just pick something." And with my current perception about everyone's out there just constantly swiping, and I'm thinking, much like I think about like cookies, like over the course of time, I swear to God, I don't remember, but back in the day, I would imagine that Oreo cookies were as big as hubcaps. But now they keep shrinking and shrinking and shrinking, and to the point of where they're somewhere between maybe an old silver dollar. No, they're not that wide, and maybe a $50. And I just keep thinking, will there be a day when they just can't make it any smaller? I mean, then what are they going to do? Cut down on the cream? I mean, holy cow, Forget about global warming. I'm talking about cookie size, man. Okay. That's all for now. Yeah, I don't really have any sign off yet. I don't know if I'm ever going to have a sign off at all. But maybe that will be my sign off. So, I don't know if on the merit of this video alone, you're going to take that immense leap of faith and subscribe. But if you do, I would think sticking around there'd be some sort of content reward for you. So much so that you might even choose to say, I might just go full notifications on this. Anyway, if you got this far, and anyone else that even clicked on for a bit, thanks for watching.